Before the songs, before the cheerful map, before the bright colors and friendly adventures, there was something unusual about Dora the Explorer. At first glance, the show seems harmless. A young girl travels through forests, mountains, and rivers with her monkey friend Boots, solving simple problems and asking the audience for help. But if you watch closely, the world Dora lives in starts to feel strangely unsettling. Because Dora isn't just exploring. She's navigating a world that doesn't behave like reality. In most cartoons, characters simply move through their environment. But Dora does something very different. She talks directly to the viewer. Every few minutes she stops and asks questions. Where should we go next? Can you help me find the bridge? Which path should we take? And then something strange happens. The world waits. Nothing moves. Nothing progresses. Until the viewer answers. It's almost as if Dora's world cannot function without outside participation. The environment pauses. Characters freeze. Even time seems to stop until the answer is given. This creates a strange feeling that many viewers don't notice as children. Dora isn't just exploring the world. She's controlling it with interaction. Another unsettling detail is the environment itself. Look closely at the places Dora travels. Endless forests, lonely mountains, empty rivers, long winding paths, with no cities, no crowds, no communities. For a world that feels so colorful and lively, it's strangely empty. There are very few adults, very few other children. Most of the time, Dora is wandering through enormous landscapes with only Boots beside her. It almost feels like the world exists only for the adventure, as if the environment is constructed around the journey rather than real life. In Dora's world, objects speak. The map sings directions. The backpack talks and produces useful items. Bridges appear exactly when they're needed. Mountains respond to questions. Even animals behave in oddly cooperative ways. This creates a world where everything seems aware. The environment itself behaves almost like a guide, almost like the entire journey is being orchestrated. Every story usually has some form of conflict. In Dora's case, the conflict almost always comes from one character, Swiper, the masked fox who tries to steal things. But even this conflict follows a strange pattern. Swiper never hides. He announces himself, "Swiper, no swiping," and immediately stops. It's as if the threat is never truly dangerous. Just controlled tension designed to create a small obstacle. Almost like the world is designed to challenge Dora, but never truly harm her. Every episode of Dora follows the same structure. A goal appears. The map shows 3 locations. Dora travels through them, solves simple puzzles, avoids Swiper, reaches the destination, and celebrates. Then, the journey ends. This predictable structure makes the world feel less like a natural environment and more like a repeating system, a world where adventures are generated over and over again. Always different locations, but always the same pattern, almost like a cycle. As children, Dora feels fun and interactive. But as adults, something about the show feels slightly unusual. The direct communication, the empty landscapes, the talking objects, the repeating structure. The world feels less like a place and more like a guided simulation, a space designed entirely around learning and exploration. Every obstacle teaches something. Every journey follows a pattern. Every challenge has a clear answer. It's not chaos. It's carefully controlled discovery. So what is the real truth behind Dora the Explorer? It isn't horror. It isn't danger. It's something much more interesting. The entire world of Dora is built around one idea: learning through interaction. Instead of watching a story unfold, the viewer becomes part of the journey, helping Dora make decisions, solving problems, guiding the adventure. The strange world exists because it's designed for participation. Everything waits for the viewer. Everything responds to the viewer. Everything teaches the viewer. The next time you watch Dora the Explorer, look beyond the songs and bright colors. Notice how the world pauses. Notice how the environment responds. Notice how every step of the adventure depends on you. Because Dora isn't just exploring. She's guiding the viewer through a world that only moves forward when someone chooses the path. And once you notice that, the adventure feels very different.